Hi guys, this is Kate DeRocher from Wildly Unprepared, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about self-care during coronavirus. So right now, we're all going through something very different than we ever have before. It's weird, it's scary, it's stressful, there's a lot of uncertainty and doubt, and I know how difficult it is. I'm right there with you guys. We are all together in this, and we're all feeling and going through the same things. So, what are things we can do when we are going through this? How can we take care of ourselves throughout this pandemic and during quarantine? Let's talk about that a little bit. The first thing I want to say is that you really need to understand that you're not alone. I know maybe you lost your job, maybe you lost a loved one, maybe even you yourself are sick. Maybe you're struggling with being alone and isolated during quarantine. I get it. Those are all very real and very valid things to be going through and feeling. But it's so important to understand that you're not alone. Everybody else in the entire world is going through the same exact things. So many people lost their jobs. In California alone, over 2 million people filed for unemployment. All of my friends, everybody I know have lost their jobs or aren't currently working and are filing for unemployment or finding creative ways to make money. And I know that doesn't really help any, but it can console you at least a little bit to know that you're not the only one feeling these ways. The next thing I hope everyone can learn to understand is that there's gonna be things that come up for you during isolation. Normally, many of us live pretty busy lives. We're out doing our jobs, we have a social life, we have friends, we have extracurricular things we're doing, hobbies, and so we're busy, and we're on the go, and we're distracted. But what happens when you suddenly have a ton of free time on your hands during quarantine? What's gonna happen is there's gonna be things that come up for you in your brains and in your hearts that you had no idea maybe were even there. Maybe it's things you buried for a long time and that you haven't dealt with because you have been so busy and distracted. Maybe it's things from your past that still need healing. Whatever it may be, I want you to know that coming up right now when you don't have a bunch of busy work and when you are alone is completely normal. More than likely, things are gonna come up, and that's okay. You're gonna deal with it as it comes. When those unexpected emotions or thoughts or feelings do come up, this is what you can do. Every time you hear yourself say something negative, you feel something sad, whatever it is, I want you to take that thought captive. I want you to recognize where it's coming from. I want you to remember times when you felt that before. I want you to allow yourself to even sit in it a little bit so you can understand it better, but then I want you to move on. I want you to know, hey, that thought I just had, that negative thing I just said to myself, that's not real. That's just something I'm feeling right now, and it's not going to be what I'm feeling forever. Your feelings and your emotions are so valid, and it's so important that you allow yourself to feel them, but you don't need to sit in them because feelings aren't facts. I know there's been plenty of times in my life where I've made up weird stories in my head that weren't true at all, and then I acted on impulse from them, and that caused a lot of damage and really hurt me and only added to the pain I was already feeling. Don't do that. Know that these things are going to pass and you're going to be okay. But on top of that, don't just brush them away. Pay attention to them. If these things are coming up right now, then they're obviously things that are inside of you already. Maybe they're buried way, way deep. Maybe you lied to yourself and said that you already got over them. Whatever it is, they obviously have not completely been resolved, so pay attention to them and use this time to bring about some healing and to maybe work through some of the things that you haven't before. A really great tool available to all of us right now, even from the comfort of our own homes, is virtual therapy. There are therapists out there that will see you on Zoom, on Skype, online. There's even therapists that will text you. There are different platforms you can use, and I'll include some links right here. And then you can also feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at kate.derocher for even more. I am here to help. And right now would be a better time than any to start seeing a therapist. You have a ton of time on your hands, so you might as well delve into the things that you haven't before or that you've brushed aside for a little bit too long. My next tip to take care of yourself through coronavirus would be to find a good balance between stillness and productivity. I know right now a lot of us are using this period to really work on knowing how to just be alone and be still, and that's a really beautiful thing. But at the same time, this is also a really great opportunity for you to be productive and get some things that have been on your checklist for years and years finally done. What is that new hobby you've been wanting to try? What is that book you've been wanting to write? Whatever it is, you have so much time on your hands, so you might as well explore those different parts of you right now. Both stillness and productivity are necessary and good during this time. But if you only do one or the other too much, it could lead to negative consequences. Like as I was talking about, being too still and too alone with your thoughts can bring up things, and being too productive can mask those things. So we need to have a nice balance. Next, and what's been the most helpful to me during this time, has been turning my attention outward and focusing on others. I have found different ways that I can serve people in my city in Los Angeles during this time, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to do that, because if I didn't have it, I honestly think I'd be going a little bit insane. I'm very extroverted, I like people, I like to be around big crowds, so not being around them has been difficult for me. But luckily I have found different projects that I'm working on to serve other people and to volunteer and help other people, such as I'm getting senior adults groceries, and I'm also taking care of people who are at risk. So there are different things you guys can come up with, different ways you can serve, even if that means just calling a nursing home and speaking to the different people who are living there. Or checking up on your friends and scheduling FaceTimes or Zooms with them. Whatever it is, maybe you offer a free workshop on your craft of your choice, photography, guitar, whatever it is, record it, put it on YouTube, put it on Zoom. You guys can come up with things to help others during this time, and I think that is extremely crucial because I have a long list of things in my past that have hurt me, and nothing has helped me heal those things more than serving others have. No therapy, no talks with friends has worked as well as volunteering and helping and loving on other people has for me. I think this is because when you finally stop just looking at yourself and look at other people around you, you really stop focusing so much on the negative things going on, and you can see all of the love and beauty that there is in the world and all that you have to offer to the world too. So, come up with a list of ways you can volunteer and you can help, even from home. There are options. If you can't think of any, DM me and I will come up with them for you. Serving others right now is going to be one of the most important things you can do, and I promise you will see so much beauty come out of this time if you do that. Other action items I have for you guys would be to work out. Stay in physical shape. That is extremely important for your mental health. And also keep your brain active. Read, write, watch different TED Talks, whatever it is. Get yourself thinking during this time. You want both your physical and your mental health to be working, to be exercising, and it's going to improve you overall in the end. And lastly, I know a lot of us aren't good at this and don't like this one, but keep a schedule. Keep some structure in your life. Before coronavirus, we all got up, we brushed our teeth, we did our makeup, we went to work, we had a schedule. We had a list of things that we had to do during the day, most of us anyway. And I think during coronavirus and during quarantine, you need to keep some semblance of a schedule too. It's gonna look different, obviously. You may not leave your home, but you can still wake up, make your bed, put on your clothes, put on real clothes, not just pajamas. It will make you feel better. Ladies, if you feel like it, do your makeup. Who cares if no one's gonna see you? You get to see you, and that is all that matters. Do things that you would normally do to feel as normal as you can during this time. And that's for all my binge watchers out there. Do not stay up watching Netflix till 4 a.m. and then wake up at 1 p.m. It's not healthy. You hopefully wouldn't do that in real life. So don't do it right now, because you're just gonna form bad habits that are gonna be hard to break, and it's only going to negatively impact your mental health right now. Keep a schedule. Do things that you love. Act like you're going out in the world, even if you aren't, and I promise it's gonna boost your morale and boost your happiness during this time. All right, everyone. Those are the things that I have found have been working for me. And let me just say that they don't always work. There have been periods where I've broken down crying because I'm so frustrated that I can't see my friends and continue with my career and do all the normal things I would do. And that's okay. Another really important thing is to give yourself grace and to know that you're taking this day by day, and some days may be easy, some days may be hard. That's totally fine. Make sure you're reaching out to your friends. Make sure you are cluing them in on how you are feeling. See a professional if you need to. Virtual visits are an option. Take care of yourself. Self-care is important. Taking care of other people is important. Let's do it all together, everyone. I'm proud of you. We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay. Just stay strong and keep pushing. Take it day by day and try these tips that I've been using. All right, thank you guys. Let me know if you found anything else that's working for you during quarantine to help you take care of yourself and love on yourself. Leave it in a comment below. DM me if you need any help or any advice. I'm here. Love you all.